What's up guys, and welcome back to this week's video. This week I'm going to bring you guys along for a cleaning of my new AquaTraction floor. Now I have fished on this floor for the last 41 days this year, okay, and I am not tidy, I'm not super clean, I'm not super organized, but I'm going to show you guys this floor, what it looks like before. We're going to wash it. Basically all you need is some Dawn dish soap and a stiff bristled brush, and then we've got one little smaller guy here for getting in the tight spots. And we're going to clean this AquaTraction floor back up and see how it dealt with 41 days of fishing. So quick, I just want to give you guys a little before preview. We've got some stains and some stuff in here that there's some fish blood right there. I don't know how many days that's been caked on for. We've got plenty of that. We've got, this is just literally fish poop or bird poop. I'm not sure what it is. We've got a crankbait snap here, but basically this floor has seen it all. I mean, between walleye eggs, walleye spawn, all kinds of males milking all over the floor, footprints, all kinds of mud. I love the guys that go shed hunting or turkey hunting and then they come in my boat and like they have all this crusty mud and crap that's all over. So we're gonna clean this whole thing up and see how it looks when it's all done. All right, so to start, I've just got my garden hose here. Just gonna wet down the floor, the rails, all this, just get it all wet. Ready. Now the beauty of this AquaTraction is it doesn't hold water. So there's no water that absorbs into the floor like you would have with carpet. So this is a closed cell material. It's not going to absorb any water. So anything you spray on here is going to run right off. So you guys can see that right there. Okay, so I just want to get this wet to start, and then we're going to take our Dawn dish soap. Okay, Dawn Platinum. All right, all we're gonna do is throw some Dawn on our floor. Okay. Oh, a little on the boot. Down the rail. All right. Little pad up front. Gonna bead down this rail. It's probably overkill, probably too much, but whatever. Okay. Hasn't been washed in 41 days, so we'll see how this goes. So we're gonna take this stiff bristled brush. I got this at Home Depot for Menards for like 20 bucks or 15 bucks. It's pretty stiff. It's not super stiff, but it's got a good bristle to it. But if you look at this AquaTraction, you see there's a grain to it, okay? And the grain of the floor goes this way. So I wanna take this brush and go with the grain of the floor and scrub that all out to get all that dirt and debris out of those small grooves. And then with this contour pattern that I did, I'm gonna wanna run down the edge of it as well. So I'm gonna put this phone in that tripod and then you guys are gonna see me scrub on this thing. All right guys, there we have it. Front deck is washed. I would say it was about 5, maybe 6 minutes of scrubbing. Had to rinse twice. I forgot to scrub down the rails initially, but yeah, we're gonna let it dry and show you guys how the front deck looks. It looks really good wet. Obviously, once it dries, you can really see better what's all still there, if there's any dirt or debris left. So we're gonna let that dry and get working here on the back deck. All right, one thing I wanted to check too before we get to the back deck is you guys obviously know these lids are aftermarket. So Nate from AFTech built these with lids. They have to be bigger when you do AquaTraction. So I want to see how well they sealed on our floor. And obviously you can see all the bubbles that I just kicked in there. But if you look at the life jackets themselves, they're not wet. Obviously we have soap here and water there, but the lid's sealed. Actually, I just ripped this thing open, got suds all over it, but there is no water or moisture getting in that lid, right? Now we're gonna check the other side. Okay, so this side did. Open. Again, no water in here. You guys can see that's all dry. Suds all around the edge where the gasket is. Nothing inside of here is wet at all. Perfectly sealed lids from AquaTraction. All right, now that we are done with the front deck, I want to do the back deck, or the bottom of the cockpit, I should say. And I'm going to leave the back deck dry. That's going to be kind of our maybe test sample to show you guys what's dirty and what's not been cleaned versus what's been cleaned here in the cockpit and what's been cleaned up on the front deck, so you guys can see the difference and obviously how easy it is to clean. So far this has been a breeze. I'm about 8 to 10 minutes in and the front deck's drying off right now, and it's going to look, I think, awesome. So let's throw some Dawn here down on the bottom. I got it wet already. I did pull the pedestals out, the seats I should say, just to give myself some more room. It does get kind of tight underneath, up where your feet sit, so I'm going to get up in there in the tight spots with that smaller brush, scrub around in there and see how it turns out. All right, that was about a minute and a half, 2 minutes of scrubbing. I used the big brush on the big area, and then I did use that smaller one up under where your feet are, and then on the big AquaTraction and AquaTraction pads here, just because the brush, I think, had a little bit harder time getting in there. So with those bigger depressions, obviously, versus the pattern up front, I wanted to get in there with that little brush. So let's wash this thing down, see how it looks. All right, we are all rinsed off here in the back, and the front here is just about dry. So I'm gonna show you guys the front compared to the back and show you the difference between what 5 minutes of scrubbing this floor, I'm actually super impressed just looking at it, does for this flooring itself, and show you guys what we all did here in a very short amount of time. All right, so here's the front deck afterwards. You guys can see the bottom here is still drying, and then we have the back. Now, if you look close at the back, you've got all this just crap, dust, and mud, and blood, and fish love stuff, and a little bit of everything. But then if you look at where we stand the most, I always fish off this side of the boat. So where my people, my customers stand the most is right here. You guys can see how amazing that floor cleaned up, okay? There's no dirt, no black spots, no nothing. Even on that tan, you guys can see how well that cleaned up after 5 minutes of scrubbing, okay? That is unreal, absolutely unreal. Bring it all the way back to our Thorn Bros rod locker. This is awesome. So you can have that, or you can have this dirty stuff. And honestly, like, this isn't that bad for 41 days of fishing. Like, this is actually pretty clean. But we're gonna get this back deck here scrubbed off. I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like before, during, and after. One thing I forgot to show you guys was my little pad up here on top that I used to just set stuff on. It's a sweet add-on that I did, but this is just gray, so it's a different color, but this is AquaTraction as well. So there's some dirt and stuff on there. I just used my small scrub brush to get up in here. And we'll let that dry and show that to you guys as well. But right now we're going to scrub this back deck. All right, you guys saw me lift up the just in case box, put on the back deck. I wanted to scrub this stuff here that hasn't seen the light of day since we put the box in. So I'm going to drop that box back down here and then show you guys the whole finished dried floor as a whole. I would say I've got 25 minutes into this, And like I said, this was a crazy 41 days of fishing that we just put this thing through. And so far, just looking at the front deck, I'm super impressed with how this has turned out. Well guys, we are all wrapped up with our scrub down. Got the boat backed in again, got her plugged in, gonna get ready to go for tomorrow, get some stuff thrown in here. But I just wanna say that was very, very enjoyable, super easy, and this stuff cleaned up absolutely awesome. Front deck looking great, back deck looking awesome. So if you guys are interested in this AquaTraction, you can look for a local dealer. There's dealers all over the country that can help you guys put this stuff in your boat. If you are in need of getting rid of some carpet, getting a boat redone, we've got a project boat video coming at some point this year, and that one's gonna be super fun as well. So this is the boat, this is the deal, this is the floor. 41 days fished on this thing, and it cleaned up super well. And it wasn't actually that dirty to start with. It was pretty crazy what just a little bit of rain and even overspray on the lake would do. So that was awesome, super impressed with it. And now we're gonna get ready for tomorrow's fishing.